My role in the N-Word Institute as the lead organizer for CARE is to help organize a conversation for our campus and also for our community. The N-Word Institute is a conversation that we're starting at St. Cloud State about using the N-word. It's a word that tends to be rather popular for pop culture, and we've had some incident on campus where students have been using the word inappropriately. And we want to have some real critical conversations, critical discussions, critical thought about the use of the word. When is it appropriate? When is it not appropriate? When is it punishable? When is it not punishable? So it's to begin that conversation. Also, to have an opportunity to talk about policies. What are our policies around use of language at St. Cloud State as an institution? And also, what goes on in our communities? What happens in our communities? This is the first time the university has put together a concerted effort to involve everyone in the conversation. So in planning this effort, I've talked with a lot of people about why this would be important for our whole community, and pulling it together in such a way that it's an effort to involve everybody in the conversation and to inform everybody in a way that is thinking a little bit deeper than the things we usually talk about, the surface stuff. Our guest speaker for the N-Word Institute is Dr. Eddie Moore. Dr. Moore comes from New York City. He is the diversity director for Friends School in Brooklyn, New York. And he's also the director of a national conference that's been happening for the last 13 years called the White Privilege Conference. It was actually in Minnesota last year. And I also want to note that we call this the N-Word Institute because we really want to take the emphasis away from the people and talk about the word. It's a word that has been used to negatively impact people, but we really want to talk about the word. And so we're not using images of people, we're using N-word as a way to talk about the word.
The N-word, I don't, I just want it to be off the dictionary. Like, I don't want people to use it anymore because it has been used in a derogatory term. So it degrades, has been used like that. So
I don't sometimes like hearing it because of the way people use it, and if I hear it in an offense that I don't like, I'll just tell them to stop.
I don't think it's good or has any positive value.
I don't personally use the N-word because I think it's offensive. I think it's used too much. I think in songs and rappers use it too much, so I think it gives people, they think the right to use it more often.
I think it's very important to have an event like this because it helps people to understand how people feel about it. You get different perspectives, and it'll kind of help the staff, students, everybody broaden their understanding of the N-word.
I think it's really important for students to be involved in this because the students on our campus are the pulse of the pop culture that happens. And I think that the word comes up a lot on campus, a lot more than what we think it might. And I think students use it a lot more than we think they might. And not that that's good or bad, I'm just saying that it is a word that's out there that's being used, and I think having an informed conversation about the word is something that's important for everyone.